Chelsea Football Club have had their worst season since 1994. Honestly, I've never seen a record this bad in my life. This is coming from a club that finished in 3 FA Cup finals in a row. Roman Abramovich never put the club in this position. I mean, they did have that one season where they finished 10th, but at least they had this game against Tottenham. Now they can't even get out of Southampton. This is all because the new American owners have changed everything too quickly. They've done everything all at once. What they're doing wasn't wrong, it was just too quick. But instead of learning from their mistakes, they seem to be doing the same thing. They seem to be rushing everything, which convinces me next season is going to be exactly the same as this season. And Chelsea are going to be stuck in a Banter era. Why did Chelsea finish 12th? Why did a club that finished in 5 cup finals in 18 months under Thomas Tuchel finish so far down the table? Man, you shouldn't have sacked Thomas Tuchel. How did Chelsea have their worst season in memorable history? Again, I can't remember Chelsea being this bad because I literally wasn't born. How does a club that spent 600 million in one window end up finishing 10 points from being relegated? Because they spent 600 million in one window. You see, Chelsea changed too much too quickly. And some of it wasn't their fault, to be fair, like losing Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger on free contract. But they replaced these players with Thomas Tuchel custom-made players, including a Thomas Tuchel striker. And then they sacked Thomas Tuchel 8 days after signing the striker. They replaced him with Graham Potter, still expecting to get top 4. Lol. Had a frantic January transfer window where they signed 16 players whilst kicking out or marginalizing important players to Chelsea's recent success. Ended up with no dressing room space with 100 million worth of players forced to change on the floor. Had 4 teams and had to fill 2 training sessions, one 11v11, the other 9v9. Had to sack Graham Potter because they blamed him for this nonsense. Hired some random dude quit because he can't be asked. Hired their 4th manager this season. Club legend, so things are gonna go well. 1 win in 10 games. And breathe. At least now they recognize their mistakes. At least they know now that you can't uproot everything and they gotta respect the staff, the management, the players of the previous administration. That you can't just change everything all at once. At least now it seems as if they're gonna be taking things a little bit slower. Respecting the success of the old Chelsea administration and ushering in a slower, more coordinated transition period. Yeah, they're not doing that now, are they? They're doing the same thing as they did last season. Chelsea got rid of Jorginho to Arsenal, nearly helping them win the league for the first time since 19 years ago. Fucking hell. This window, they're willing to sell Mason Mount to a Premier League rival. They've already got rid of N'Golo Kante to Saudi Arabia, and they're willing to sell Mateo Kovacic to Manchester fucking City. What's going on at that club? I don't care if you don't rate these players or think that they don't fit your project, whatever the fuck that is. The importance of these players is not in their ability, or their availability, or their consistency, or the fact that they're good enough to play for your system, whatever the fuck that is. But it's in an unquantifiable quality. These players are the foundation that Chelsea used to win the 2nd ever Champions League. These players are freaking important. And it's not that you're getting rid of them. Obviously, they have to move on. But you're getting rid of them all at once? Chelsea have lost a popular figure, the dressing room glue, a vice captain from the moment he walked into that dressing room. You can see now that that's not a team, it's a disjointed mess. Chelsea have lost the best player since Eden Hazard, a generational talent, the difference maker for the last 5 years in their biggest games. They've lost the symbol of their academy and the fact that anyone can make it through. The most important player for them when it comes to setting the standard when it comes to work rate. He's also been the most consistent attacking player when he's not even an attacker. And they're losing Mateo Kovacic, who has been good. No one knows what he does, he just keeps the ball. But they're losing him to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. I'm not saying you should keep these players forever. Again, you can move them on at some point. But not all at once. This isn't FIFA, it's real life. These are human beings. Chelsea had their worst season in memorable history last season because they changed everything all at once. And they're doing it again. Noni Madueke's transition into being a proper Chelsea right winger is going to take a hell of a lot longer, considering how you've treated the last right winger. You've told Hakim Ziyech that you don't want him there, that he's not welcome at the club anymore. The same situation goes for Christian Pulisic and Mykhailo Mudryk. Again, it's nothing to do with the old players' quality, but what they represented at that club. Being the same Chelsea players who've never failed to get top 4 since 2018. No, honestly, Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic have never played a season of the Champions League since they've been at Chelsea. And then Todd Bowley pulls up with his new toys, and the club can't even get a Conference League spot. They've got good intentions, don't get me wrong, but this is a business of human resources. You've got to treat them like humans. Chelsea are going to have exactly the same season next season as they did this season. All because Clear Lake are repeating the same mistakes they did last season. There's no continuity, no chemistry, no leadership, because all of your leaders, all of your important players have been sold or sidelined. That's how you get situations like this. It's not a team. It's a bunch of random individuals brought to play football together. It's going to be even worse next season when you have this as your starting 11. Only one of those players knows what the fuck a Chelsea actually is. You won't achieve anything until you become a team. That takes time. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't make sense. They're going to have one bad season for the transition process. Not like 30 years of Banter era like Liverpool. Or 20 years like Arsenal. Oh. But it is. This would be okay if the Chelsea board saw next season as a tanking season. American sports style, where you don't expect to win anything or achieve anything because you did everything too quickly. You're transitioning. But I don't think Clear Lake, Todd Bowley, and the entire Chelsea board know this. Last season, when Chelsea was struggling, Todd Bowley walked into a dressing room after they lost to Brighton of all teams. Lol. He called the players embarrassing and asked them, why aren't you good? He asked them why aren't they performing to their world-class price tag. Yeah, he blames the players for his stupid approach. When Chelsea end up finishing 10th next season, who are they gonna blame? Is it gonna be A, the players, signing them, resulting in even more change, lack of continuity, instability? Or is it gonna be B, sacking him, starting again with another coach with a new project? I mean, even Roman didn't sack coaches this quickly, and he sacked coaches very quickly. Or is it gonna be C, themselves? If you chose C, then you need some help, because it's obviously A or B. Chelsea will end up in a cycle of mediocrity, all because they hated Roman Abramovich so much they got rid of what he built in an instant, with no proper transition period, while still expecting the new players to hit the ground running and get them top 4 in the Premier League. Yeah, good luck with that. Players who have no understanding of Chelsea Football Club, nor any understanding of each other as teammates. Or they're gonna blame the manager, expecting him to build everything literally from scratch because you nuked everything to the ground that was Chelsea. All this was still expecting results like top 4 or trophies. And if that doesn't work, they'll start again, just like they're doing this season, and the cycle continues. Shit. Chelsea might just be in a Banter era.